Hello. Look at this wild hair. Ooh. Hope everyone's doing good tonight. We're gonna play in some makeup. Do some fun stuff. And had a very easy day, I feel like. And of course, at the last few minutes, I realized that I was running late. Hey, Peggy. I'm gonna start off priming my face. I like to spray it on my Perfector sponge. I'm using the Seint spray, the setting spray. And this is how I prime my face to get it ready for makeup. I used to use actual primers, but most all of them now contain silicone in them, and that doesn't work well with our cream-based makeup. All right, I'm gonna let that dry. And while that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids right quick. I'm gonna use the Undershadow Sourmet. I got this from Amazon, it's like $5. And guys, I don't even have anything set up right. Oh, look at that, sticking straight up. Y'all, I literally looked like a beggar a while ago because I mowed the yard for a little bit this evening, and then I came in and Mike wasn't feeling good today, and so he's kind of been laying around, and I ended up, when I came in, we watched a movie till just a while ago. My cousin, she went live. Hey, girl. And so as soon as the movie was finishing up, I jumped on hers and watched her live. We always support each other. She's Small Town Beauty, and she sells pharmacy makeup. She's Small Town Beauty in Sardis, and I'm Small Town over here in Shady Grove. It's like population 30. All right, look at these white eyes. Woo! But what this does is, this is a cream, but it kind of turns to powder, but it gives you a nice even coat on your eyes so that you can build with your eyeshadows, and it gives them a blank slate to start with. And one of the things that we're going to talk about that's exciting, and I posted it, and now I can't remember the price. I think it's $78, but I can't remember. But I had ordered the color Hija. We have two colors with Seint. We have Stay Golden and Hija. And both of those are where all the proceeds from those two eyeshadows go to the foundation Love Is Never Wasted, that our I guess creator of Seint Beauty, she is a huge advocate, and to be honest, it's very infectious, and so it just trickles down to everyone. But she's a huge advocate for adoption, and so the foundation that she created is Love Is Never Wasted, and with that they created two eyeshadows. One is Stay Golden, and it's this color right here. It's got a hint of shimmer, but it's in the matte category, but it's a really pretty, it's kind of a yellow, but it's a neutral, and it goes on really pretty. So I'm going to use that tonight. And the other color is called Hija, and it's more of it's a pink, but it is a beautiful pink. Now you can go wild with it. You can go straight 80s with it, kind of like my look, but you don't have to. It can be applied very softly, and it's beautiful. And I ordered it, and I thought it was going to be in today because I was going to do it for my live tonight, because this palette just released today. So this is a bundle, and so for the whole month of May, which it is adoption awareness, the proceeds from this bundle, and then we have another bundle that I posted on my channel earlier, but the proceeds from those will go towards these adoption foundations. So it's really good. And what I love about it, really, oh my goodness, I just got a crazy message from Jennifer Turk. Oh gosh, I think we'll know the answer to that. But anyway, so I apologize. Okay, sorry again. But anyway, so the proceeds, you know, go to this foundation. And what the awesome thing about the foundation is that when kids grow up, kind of, it helps them after the fostering age to ensure that they're successful. And I think that's really amazing, because I think sometimes that kind of gets left off, you know. And so it's a great cause. So I'm going to be using this palette tonight, which is made up of, I put the color Zion in here just because it's the closest one that I could find that I had to that color. The color Trust, the color Mama, the color Stay Golden, and then Angel Illuminator and Summer Love Lip and Cheek. So I'm going to incorporate this into my look tonight as well. So let's get started. Let's get started. First I'm going to start with my which color do I want to use? I'm going to start with my contour. First, I'm going to use a 3D brush. Hey, April! Jump on this channel. Let me lower this a little bit. Let me lower this mic. I'm going to first go in and start with my contour. So I have just went and I have primed my face with a setting spray. I have primed my eyelids with my Soarmate Undershadow Primer. And so now I'm going to use this color right here, which is Astoria. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Maybe changing it up, guys. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in and I am going to do a quick all-over wash with my bronzer first. I'm going to even out my skin tone with my bronzer. I'm going to go with the Bella bronzer. And I'm still going to use a 3D brush. And I'm just going to be tapping it in there. And then I am just going to do a very light wash. This is a sheer bronzer. There's very little color to it, but it will give you a very even glow. It'll even out your skin tone and then give you a really pretty soft glow. And I'm probably putting on just a smidgen more than what I would. But I'm going to go over this with my foundation. And to be honest, it never looks like, you know, this orange. You can do it. Usually I'll use my bigger brush here and I'll just kind of sweep it over my face. But I kind of tapped pretty hard into my color just so that I could get a nice even layer. Okay, April. So now I've just kind of went over, I've just evened out. Because of my freckling, I have a little bit of melasma, I have sunspots, that kind of stuff. And now I'm going to go in with my main, I'm going to start with my contour. I'm going to keep trying to confuse you guys. I'm going to start with Astoria. So I'm just going to put my brush in there, and then I'm just going to go right on the very edge of the bottom of my cheekbone, just kind of hug it and go up to my ear. You can kind of blend as you go, or you can put it on just a little bit crazy scary and then blend it later. I kind of do a little bit of both. When I do the stippling motion and I keep patting it, it blends it in. And then if I want to go back and add more later, I'll do that. But it just kind of gives me this shadow right here. I have round cheeks. I've always had round cheeks. It don't matter if I weigh 100 pounds, which I don't, and I don't know that I have since grade school, but, or if I weigh 300 pounds, I have round cheeks. That's just the shape of my face. Okay, so we've got my cheekbones carved out. Now I'm going to go in just right at the top. And this is just creating some shadows to kind of give you that 3D finish that you would normally have when you've been out in the sun. You're, where the sun hits right here is a little bit darker. Then you want a little bit of light drawn here. And this will, especially if you have a larger forehead, you would just go in and minimize that too by contouring. And then I'll go right along the edge of my jawline to sculpt it out some. And I'll tell you another thing too, when you're sculpting, there's usually right here, you can kind of see it, my gullet when I'm talking. Right here is a good spot to really contour, because that is, it's almost white because the sun never touches here. So that's a really good place to go, right almost behind your chin to help chisel. Hey, Jess. Oh my gosh, Brindley over here the other day was so sweet. And I know my face looks a little orange. I just went over with a nice layer of bronzer, and then now I'm going to build on top of it. So I'm well aware that if anybody is just joining this this edition of the Oompa Loompa with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and now I'm going to go in with my, because I am so not prepared, guys. I am just terrible. I mean, it was like 8:58, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry. I'm supposed to be live at 9. So I'm going to take my smudge brush. I have been using this for my eyeshadows too, and really like it because you can pack on the colors with this one. So I'm going to use this in for my eyeshadows in a little bit. But right now, I'm going to do a little bit of sculpting of my lips, just to give a little extra pout. And then I'm going to go down on each side of my nose. You kind of want those close together, not on top of each other. The closer they are together, the slimmer your nose will look. But let's just face it, you can't have them on top of each other because that's not natural either. Oh, she did have fun over here. She liked the puppies, and then she'd giggle or whatever. But no, she liked them more at her pace. She didn't want to. They'd come to her. She'd be like, "Wait a minute," and then she'd go pet them. So cute. Those puppies are just, oh God, they're little butterballs. They'll be going home this weekend. Then we have another litter coming up in another month, so she can come back and play again. Okay, so I've done that contouring, and so I'm good now. Now I'm going to go in with my main highlight shade all over, and I think I'm going to use the color Aura. I'm sorry, Amber. Still using my 3D brush. Now I'm going to go in, and I'm going to put it where I did not contour. I'm going to leave just a little bit of gaps, kind of right down the center of my face, because I'm going to put in a lighter shade to brighten. But this right here is where I can kind of also do a little bit more. See how that'll just kind of sculpt out my contour that I did. Make that a sharper line. I can always, again, go back and add more contour if I want to. And in the summer, sometimes, if I don't want a lot of makeup on, and I'm just going out, like if I were going to, you know, to the river or to the pool or water park or something, I could easily just get the bronzer, do a very light coat. Not as dark as I just now did, because I did that as just an evening out my skin tone, because I want to give my foundation, I want a little bit more coverage. I want a little bit more even skin tone. So I almost kind of primed my face, if you will, with the Bella bronzer. But I will use that sometimes as just a very light, even color, and put on some lip gloss and some waterproof mascara, and I'm good to go there. Oh, there's something in my eye. Okay. So it's starting to kind of come together. This is going to be a bronzed, lit from within look. And I always try to get the center around the corner of my nose there. Sometimes it's hard to get with a brush, so I'll get my finger And I'll just tap it right around there. And now I'm going to go in my brightening color. And I'm going to use the color, I think I'm going to use Aura. And that is this color right here. And I'm going to use the other end of that brush. And this is how, let's just say that my makeup was too dark, which I'll be honest, it's going to oxidize and it's going to end up matching good the way it is right now if I didn't do anything else to it. But let's just say that you had a shade a little bit darker, you ordered new foundation, it hasn't come in yet because the summer's going away and you're losing your tan. You can always mix some of your brightening colors with your darker colors and end up making it all work too. Because I'm going to tell you, you can really experiment with these colors. It's like a science experiment. And these colors are so creamy, especially in this room because I have my heater on during the day and it's just hot in this room. Like I'm hot right now. I'm just going to go up and down the nose. Then I'm going to go right under my nose and then on my chin. And then I'm going to also draw that up. And I'm just going to blend it. And this is where if you wanted to make it, you could do your lighter color right here along your jawline. Right kind of on top of where you contoured, and it would end up all blending together. But now, the longer this, I actually have a video with my eyebrows that I need to post because I have no eyebrows. I have none. I have to draw these on. And so some people they go all out and they make them big and everything else. I want them just like I have them there. I'm just happy to have some. But the longer that these foundations and these creams sit on your face, the more pliable they get and the more blendable they get. So that's just a rule of thumb. These creams work especially well with your dry skin because it's almost to where it doesn't dry out. It just sits on your face. And most people that have it, they don't even use a setting powder. And I'll be honest, I don't use a setting powder all the time. I may try to do that on my next Friday Night Live. It's just do my eyebrows too in the beginning. So, okay. That's it for my face, except for a few of the little bells and whistles that we're going to add on. So now I'm going to go in with my Perfector sponge. It's damp. It's cool to touch. There's not any moisture coming out of it, but you can tell that it's a little wet. So I'm going to go in now and I'm just going to kind of pounce it all around. And this is going to pick up any excess product that I have. Always make sure you blend in your hairline. Sometimes I kind of forget that. I notice it when I get out in the car or something. That's when I always notice everything. But the great thing with this makeup is that before I would always go out and have my face a different color than my neck and everything else. And I just feel like when I put it on inside here, when I walk out, it still looks the same. And I love that just because this makeup just takes on a second skin. It just really becomes a second skin. Okay. There we go. And you can still see. You can still see my skin through it. It's just a little enhanced. So now let's go on to this. You know what I'm going to do first? Let me line my lips. I'm going to line my lips with my contour first that I just used. And again, if I want to do a little extra contour, I could dip right back over because I'm on the right side. And I could dip right over into it, and then I could easily just add a little bit more because I would want it there. I mean, this is honestly fine, but it's buildable and you can layer it. It's designed so that you don't have to layer it, but you do you. And if you want a more glammed up look, or you want more coverage, or you want whatever, it's totally up to however you want to do it. And that's good enough for me right there. So I'm just going to take the multitasker brush. It can be used for multi things. And I'm going to dip right into my Contour Astoria. And I'm going to line my lips. Aunt Peggy, I don't have any eyebrows either. Like, it is scary. I have a little bit of trees in this little forest right here, and then the rest is very sparse. Like, and I also have a scar, I think, on this one, so it really grows wonky. I want to get that microblading where they kind of go in, and it's almost kind of like a tattoo technique, but I'm afraid that they wouldn't be able to do that good either because of that scar there. I don't know if it would jump all over the place however they do it. I think me and April's going to take the plunge. We're going to do it together. When she's ready, I'll be ready. Of course, I got to save up money because it's like $500 or $600. All right. I'm just lining my lips. Just a little contour. And now we're going to go back to this palette. This is one of the foster care bundles. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this color right here. It's Summer Love. And I'm going to use that as to fill in with my lip color. And I'm just using that same end of the multitasker. This is a little lip paddle brush. And I'm just going to put that on. It's really pretty on the cheeks, and it's really soft on the lips. So I'm going to go around, and I'm going to kind of blend that in right around it. And I can go over it with another gloss, or I could just leave it. Or if I wanted to use this Angel Illuminator that I'm going to put on my highlight my cheekbones and the bridge of my nose, I could put that in the center and just have a little bit of pop there. And I'm going to go ahead and use that Angel Illuminator. In the makeup world, that's called the highlight, where you would highlight your cheekbones. It is such a pretty, subtle, soft pink. And I'm not even blending it out just yet. I'm just tapping where I want it to be. Sometimes I'll even use my perfector sponge and apply it. Or I can use a brush. But for the most part, I like to use my fingers. And then I'm going to also dip in, and I'm going to put that right in the corner of my eyes. And I'm going to do my brow bone with it. Because you can use these for more than one thing. Hey, you! And now I'm going to go in, and I'm just going to kind of, where I put that on, I'm just going to kind of blend that in. Then I'll put it on my Cupid's bow. My son works at Bama Bucks. My youngest. My oldest worked there when his first job, my oldest son. And so following the footsteps, my 16-year-old Braden went over there, and everybody needed help, right? And they were like, yes, come work here. And so, Lord help, there's no telling. Jen and Terry Turk own it, so there's no telling what they know about our family between those two boys, because they're like me. They gave them lips way too much. Okay, so now I'm going to go in on my cheeks with the Summer Love. So I just put the Angel Illuminator, and you can see it is such a soft, pretty pink glow. It's very pinky, soft, and it's just classic. I did change my nail polish. I had to. I scraped the other off. When I get my anxiety at work gets worked up, I just sit there as I'm watching reports or I'm doing whatever, and I just scrape my nail polish off. Work can be so stressful sometimes. So I'm going to go in with the color Summer Love, and I'm using this same 3D brush. And I'm just going to pop that right above where I contoured. Coming right to the apples of my cheeks. Look how pretty that is. It is such a pretty little soft glow. And I think this whole bundle for everything, again, this is the color Seint that I did not have the Hija to put in there. If I did, it would be this complete bundle. But I think it's like 78 or 80, maybe it's $85. I posted it anyway. But you get the compact that comes with it, and then you get all of the colors in this. It's a great deal. And the proceeds go to the Love is Never Wasted Foundation and the Just in Time Foundation. They're partnering with them like over the next couple of months because the foundation will find other areas. Like our conference this year is going to be in San Diego, so they went and found a foster advocacy out there, and then they're partnering with them so that the proceeds from this also help benefit that. It's just really good. It's really good to belong to a company that that truly has children's best interests at heart, you know? Kids are our future. Okay, look at that soft, pretty pink. Yee! Now let's see what I can do with these eyeshadows. All right, so I'm going to be using the smudge brush, probably. And I'm going to be using these colors right here. Again, Mama Stay Golden. This should be Hija, but it's not. It's Seint, because that's all I had. And the color Trust. So first I'm going to start. I don't know what I want to do, y'all. I'm at a loss. I think I'm going to put Mama on my lid. I was going to put the color Stay Golden, but I think I'm going to use that in my crease instead. And now I'm going to go in with the Stay Golden, and I'm going to put that in my crease pretty high because I'm going to want it to peek out when I put in my Seint in a minute. I'm going to put it a little bit lower. But this is such a pretty light, kind of a golden brown. And it's called Stay Golden. Kind of like the Outsiders. Did you ever watch The Outsiders with Ponyboy Curtis? And what was Ponyboy, and what was Ralph Macchio? What was his name? I can't remember his name. If she can see it on here. But Ralph Macchio would tell Ponyboy, stay golden. Now on my eyeshadows, the eyes, the color of my eyelids are not, it's hard for some of the shadows to show up on me. So that's why I prime my lids. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this color, Zion, and I'm going to just barely tap into it right here in the outer crease. And I'm just doing small little circles. I was really excited. I actually got two. I bought two of them. I'm going to do a giveaway with one of them, and I may do it on my next live because this is just such a pretty color, and I thought I'm going to buy two because that's a good cause. And I wanted to show everyone how pretty it was. Now this, it's kind of almost a rusty color, but it is really pretty on all eye colors. You have some that really bring out different eye colors, but then you have some that look good on all of them. I feel like this right here really makes your blue and your green eyes pop, and hazel. But it's really pretty on brown too. I mean, you can wear just about any of the colors with that we have in our palette, but summer just makes it pop a little bit more. Okay. Just make sure that gets blended. And now I'm going to go in with the other end of my eyeshadow brush. I'm dipping back into that Zion, and I'm just going under my lid with that color. And sometimes with the pinks, you have to be careful because they can end up making you look sick and washed out, especially if you use them just really by themselves. But when you layer them with other colors like browns or other colors that complementary, then it's beautiful because just a little bit of it will peek through. So now I'm going to go in with the color Trust. This is a great eyebrow color too if you want to fill in your eyebrows. It works on the blondes and brunettes. So I'm going to go in with this smudge brush, and I'm just going to barely tap it in there. And then I'm just going to kind of stamp it out here in the outer V. And I like to keep my eyes open so that you can actually see it when my eyes are open, because I have hooded eyes. And I'll be honest, this one right here gets a little lazy. When it gets lazy, it wants to shut, especially later at night. And we was in there watching this movie called Stepdad. It's about a mean stepdad who's like hurting all these families. And I got sleepy, and then I was like, oh, so tired, and I could tell it in my eyes. Okay. Now I'm going to use this right here, and I'm going to go back under my eyes with this color Trust. This is really going to be just about it. I'm going to put some of my mascara on, and I am going to actually line in one of my new favorite colors that I just love. It's called Ivy League, and it's a green color, and I'm going to put some eyeliner. I like to be more organized than what I am. And I don't have it. I don't know where it's at. I'll have to use this one. Oh, man. Oh, there it is. I like to go in and line sometimes with eyeshadows. So I'm going to align it with this Ivy League. And this is not a Seint brush, but I love it. And it's a flat one. And I really like how that is. See, I've been using the green. So I'm just going to dip into that. I'm going to dip. And then I'm just going to kind of go right along the lash line. And if I wanted to wing it, I could do a little stamp and then just kind of go up and meet it. And then draw it down. But I usually don't do mini wings because I can't, or wings at all, because the hooded eyes don't work for me. But that's just an easy way to do it. Kind of draw on an extension. And then when I do my mascara, it'll all go together. Again, this is the color Ivy League. Such a pretty green color. And then I'm just going to kind of connect that teeny little wing that I did. And that's it. We're going to do mascara and we're finished, peoples. And tonight, I'm going to go back to one of my first loves. And it is the Double Lash Extend. This is a Pharmacy mascara. And you have the volume side, and then you have the lengthening side. So I'm going to do them both. And I could powder. Let me powder real quick. I'm just going to powder right here where I would usually get oily or too shiny. I don't mind a little bit of shine. I actually love the shine. But when you're going out for your day, you don't want to be oil filled, but, and if you do, go for it. Okay. Sometimes I'd use a setting spray, but why would I set it right before bed? So I'm going to go in with this double lash extend. I opened up the length side. See, it says one set. You can't see it, I don't think, but it says length right here, and then this is the volume. So we're going to go in with the length first. And I'll do my bottom lashes, because those are the ones that usually don't give me the trouble. And then I'm just going to go, and if you start more at the base and kind of lift up and wiggle a little bit and kind of fan your lashes, it will help you look like you have more than what you do. Also, curling them helps too. And sometimes I curl them, but I tend to forget that most of the time. But you can curl them afterwards too if you want. So now that I'm done that, I'm going to go in now and open it up on the volume side. And it's the same brush, but just more products deposited on it, so that it'll make your lashes like Tammy Faye Baker. Remember her? I can remember because I remember growing up watching her. My mom always had it on the TBN network, and Tammy Faye and Jim Baker was always on it. And I always thought, dang, she got on a lot of eye makeup. Now I'm appreciating her in more ways than I ever thought I would. I'd be like, wow, look at them eyes. And I'm not going to put the volume on the bottom. I'm just going to do it on the top. But this is such a good mascara. It's one of their probably more expensive ones, but you're really getting two. You're getting kind of two different, it's the same formula and it's the same brush, but one of them is for, I mean, seriously, this little tube right here, when you pull it out, it will clean off all the extra product, and then that'll give you the length. You ain't got to worry about, you know, the bulk of the lash, the volume. And then when you use it just this way and you put it in there, then the more products on the brush. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool concept they came up with. But anyway, guys, that's it. Another Friday night. Check out this bundle one more time that released today. It's good for the whole month of May because it is the Adoption Awareness Month. So, like I said, I can't remember the price. I'm thinking $85 now. I will put it in the description whenever I post this video. But anyway, there we go, guys. Look at that. It's just a soft, easy look thrown together as we chit-chatted. And as always, I enjoyed it. So if you want to color match or you need any information on anything that I put on, or you got questions, shoot me a direct message, or if you got my phone number, you can text. I'm on Instagram, same handle. I'm on Facebook, Simply Susie. So just shoot me a message and we will get you fixed right up. So I'll see you guys next Friday night.